what can you do in 3.13 seconds? Maybe eat 5 marshmallows or solve a simple multiplication problem. On June 11th, at a competition in Southern California, Max Park, a 21-year-old with autism, broke the world record for the fastest 3x3 Rubik's Cube solved with an astonishing time of 3.13 seconds. After this, a Netflix documentary was made about his accomplishments, and I watched this and was inspired to solve my own Rubik's Cube. What we were talking to you guys about today are the very basics of the cube and how you solve it. Next, we're moving on to the third layer, which is called the third layer because I need to save some time. And finally, the finishing moves and how to complete your cube. After I mastered these and solved my first Rubik's Cube, I learned that solving a Rubik's Cube is a fun and impressive pastime that all of you should learn. Let's get started with the very basics. For those of you who don't know, this is a Rubik's Cube. There are 6 sides because it's a cube. The goal is to get all of the colors aligned on the sides like this. To do that, we use what are called algorithms. Algorithms are defined as a process or set of rules to be followed, but I like to say they're a set of moves that will help us solve our cube. There are what's called different layers of the cube. Since this is a 3x3, there are 3 layers, the first one being the one with the white top, the second one being the middle, and the last one being the one with the yellow top. So with that, let's get solving. Today, we're going to be starting with the assumption that you have this much of your cube done. And so, to start off, we are going to want to make a yellow cross across the top. In these 5 spots, we want yellow dots. So first, we have to assess what it looks like. For this, we have what I like to call like the R shape. And so, in order to get across out of this, we're going to hold it by this layer back here, the back layer. Move the first 2 layers over, move the right layer up, top layer left, right layer down, and top layer right. We are then going to rotate these front layers back to original position, and there you have your cross. Now, if you had a straight line like this, you're going to make sure that the line is horizontal, and then you're going to do basically the same thing, but with the front layer instead of the front 2 layers. That gets your cross. There's one other combination, and that is if there is just a yellow dot in the middle. And in order to get the cross out of that, you're going to have to do both of those algorithms put together, and it'll get you a yellow cross. So now we'll need to put these corners in the correct positions. We don't care about rotation right now, just the position. So in order to do that, we're going to look and find 2 of the same color on one side. So see here we have 2 oranges. Now we're going to rotate these onto the color that they are. So you see the 2 oranges there. And then we're going to hold the side on the side that we're trying to solve. So this corners want to switch on this side, on our right. And we're going to do basically the same thing we just did. We're going to right up, top left, right down, top right. And then we're going to do that another 2 times, so I would try 3 times. We're then going to turn our cube so that it is now on our left, and then do it another 3 times, but inverted. Now here we have them switched over and they're in the correct positions, and so is this side. So with that, we want to rotate them correctly. In order to rotate them, we want to turn the cube upside down so that yellow is on the bottom. Next, we're going to find the first corner that we see that is not correctly rotated, and we're going to hold it on our bottom right. We're then going to do that same movement until it is yellow on the bottom. Now, in order to complete the other sides, we are going to rotate the bottom layer until they come across the next one right here. We're then going to do the same thing, do that algorithm until it's on the bottom, and do that for the rest of the sides until it looks like this. Now, we got lucky here and we got a complete solve, but usually what happens is there are incorrectly colored sides over here. So if we want to solve it from there, we want to find a layer across the top that's completely solid colors, and we're going to put it in front of us, and then do a right algorithm, a left algorithm, 5 rights, and 5 lefts. Now, this might solve it, this might not, so if it does, then you're done good, and if it's not, then you just do it again, and boom, you have your completed cube. I don't want to do it a second time. And if there's no completed sides on the first one, then you can just pick a side, doesn't matter, that's what happened there, because I read it from the start. So there is our solved cube. Even though it may seem confusing at first, if you keep practicing, you'll see that solving a Rubik's Cube is a fun and impressive pastime. First, you get to know the cube and how it works. Next, after some work, you start off with your third layer. And finally, the moves to finish your Rubik's Cube. And with that, you have a completed Rubik's Cube. So now the next time you want to impress a crush or make your friends jealous, you can pull out this. Now go out into the world and show everyone with 3.13 seconds can you read it.